if you're watching this video right now, you probably have an online business, and it's pretty safe to assume that over-promising and under-delivering is something which is in your DNA. I mean, people are not complaining that they've been burned by these marketing agencies for no reason. Some of you over there, you're burning people. Your customers are pretty mad at you. And I just figured out a way we could take all of these angry people who you've kind of pissed off because you did not deliver what you were supposed to. You did not fulfill the promise which you made to them initially when you spoke to them. I figured out a way to make them happy and at the same time make a lot of money from them. Even if they were like not pissed off at you, whatever money you would have made by them just by being a happy customer, I promise you're gonna make more if you do that. And this is not like some theoretical bullshit. There's a actual realistic example which I've come up with. Proof, everything is going to be there. So for some context, I have like a software which I built out. It's called slackreach.com, and it basically allows you to automate the process of outbound on Slack. So Slack is like a communication platform. A lot of agencies use it to communicate with their clients, and there are a lot of like communities, like for example Conigma. This is like a community of people who are into like go-to-market strategies and shit. So you can see like they have like thousands of people over here. So they have like 5,000 people, and these people have done the hard work of like reaching out in all the different places. They've posted content and shit to build this community. And I can just come here and scrape all of them and start blasting messages to them and steal all of the work which they've done. So I basically built a software for that, slackreach.com, that lets people do this. And the founder of a pretty popular software like leadbook.app, which is not one of the most popular, it's literally the most popular Facebook outbound tool ever built. So leadbook.app, it's a very popular tool which people use to automate outbound on Facebook. And I used to like really look up to this guy, the guy who actually built it. And you can see like even in the VSL which they literally have like fucking Alex Berman, which is a pretty popular guy in the outbound space, literally saying that, yeah, this shit is fucking legit and all. Anyways, so this guy, he started like a trial of it, and then he decided to buy it as well. Now, of course, I did not speak to him one-on-one. I don't even know like how we found it. Like this is something which I don't even promote. Anyway, so you can see like this is the email @leadbook.app. This is the payment which he made of the subscription, and you can see like I refunded the payment as well. More on that later. Anyways, Slack Outbound was pretty underrated, and it's like working really well. We're getting like really high reply rates and everything. So I didn't really want a lot of people to like hear about it. I don't want a lot of people to try it because I want to use it for like a year, and only when people have figured out like only when it's saturated, once I made a lot of money from it, then I want to release it to the entire public. So I did not want to promote it. I stopped like marketing it at all. I've only made like a couple of YouTube videos. I did not do outbound for it. I did not hard sell it. So I was not focusing on it. And of course, that means I'm not like checking the support emails and the support tickets because I'm not expecting anyone to use this platform. Obviously, it's common sense. And also, the payment processor, which we use for processing payments on this app, it's called Warp. It's like you probably heard of it. It's like Stripe. They charge even lower fees compared to Stripe, so you can switch over to that. And also, if you are using Warp for processing payments, like I'm not affiliated with them, I did make a YouTube video on it, like how you can basically save a lot on fees and you can like make a lot more money if you're using Warp as a payment processor, and a lot of cool hacks basically. So you can just search for that video. If you don't have it, if you want the link, just let me know in the comments. I'll share the link with you. Anyways, so when you're making a payment with Warp, Warp clearly states that you can go to the order section on your Warp profile, and that's how you can cancel subscriptions, and not by emailing support. And that guy was like, yo, I've been trying to email you. Of course, I'm not reading the support tickets because I don't promote it. I don't expect anyone to be emailing support, and you're not supposed to cancel your subscription by doing that. And he was not able to cancel, and then he was billed. So of course he was mad. And the first thing which I did when he got mad was immediately refund, so that the emotional side of him calms down. So this is the exact support, like the exact message he sent in the Warp support chat after he sent the emails and chat. So like I just said like, hey man, well we do, but when you start the subscription, whatever, Warp clearly states that you manage the subscriptions from the order section. And it's like you do not manage the subscriptions by emailing us. And it was clearly written when you check out using Warp. It's automatically done. And he was like, oh, I checked everywhere on the platform. I didn't see a cancel option, whatever. where does it say, can I cancel the subscription? And then I immediately refunded it. And I sent him, like, I think I deducted $1 or $2 for processing fees and shit, because I don't want to be paying like the processing fees. So I think I refunded like $46 out of the $50 which he paid. And in case, like, this is getting to the source, like the video, like the actual strategy, like it's a complete process. You follow this step by step. I guarantee you're gonna make more money compared to the version of you who did not do this. Like, I figured it out after doing like a lot of work on psychology, understanding how humans operate and everything. And especially I learned a lot of this from dating, bro. When girls get caught doing something wrong, they act so smart, man. Like, I legit support them. A lot of the things I learned in business comes from just like dating and just observing how girls operate. So I put in a lot of work. Just trust me. Follow me blindly. I know you're like, oh, I don't want to give my money. I don't want to refund the customer. Please, especially if you have like a refund policy, don't try to find like clauses like you do not qualify for a refund because of X, Y, Z. Of course, if they're like a fraudulent customer, if they're trying to like just abuse your platform and they're trying to like get refunds which are not guaranteed, like not warranted. Sorry, wrong word. If they're trying to get a refund, they're not supposed to get. Of course, you should like have some, like you should have balls, you should have a spine, and you should like not process that. But if it's like legitimate and you have a refund policy, I just say like just refund it instantly. And you want to do it like instantly. Don't say like, yeah, we'll get back to you in a week. Right then and there, just refund the person at that moment and send a screenshot. Even if you don't do refunds, if you don't have a refund policy, if your margins are pretty high, if you can afford it, and you're willing to like bear the loss, if it does not mean the end of the world to you, still I'll suggest you to refund it. Because I promise you, I'll show you how you can make more money than even the amount of money they paid you initially just by doing this thing. Anyways, so one thing I want to say though is don't let people abuse this. If there are some people who are genuinely abusing this, like you need to have a spine, as I said previously. Anyways, the reason you want to like immediately refund these people is because no matter how rich someone is, like I don't know exactly how much this guy is making, but I can easily say he must be making over $50,000 to $100,000 at least. So this is like not even like 1% of his income. It's not a significant amount of money to him. $50, he's not going to go fucking broke. If he goes to McDonald's in the US, he's probably going to be paying more. Like when I go to McDonald's, I probably end up paying like $20 or something. I think in the US, it's even more. So that's like what you normally spend on a meal. Probably more than that if you go to like a decent place. If you go to a steakhouse, it's like a couple $100, right? Sometimes even 1,000 if you're going to like a nice place. So it's not the matter of money. The thing is like no one likes their money going somewhere they don't want it to go to. And the refund like simply calms them down. So if I go to a steakhouse and I order like a nice steak and it comes, it's delivered and it's like a couple $100, like I can be like, yo, I saw in the grocery store like it cost like $30 or something for the 8-ounce steak. But you're charging me like $300 for it. It's outrageous. It's like 10 times the amount. Like I know they're adding like a crazy markup. But I wanted that experience. I saw the ambience of the restaurant. I was like, okay, cool. Like I have this date. I'm going to go to the restaurant. And then I had the entire experience and I'm happily paying. The question is never about the money. That's something which is stupid. Like it's not going to increase my revenue. But I wanted to have that experience. Like I was in a city. And like right next, like there was a beach over there, that side. And right next to the beach, there's like a McDonald's. And next to the McDonald's, there's like a new Argentinian steakhouse. And I wanted to go there. It was expensive, but I wanted to go on a date. I wanted to sit there, have like the ocean breeze on my face with a beautiful girl. And I wanted to enjoy that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I happily paid the money. But I have disputed card transactions lower than that. Like the amount of money which I disputed was maybe like a third of it, maybe a fourth of it. Because I just did not like where my money went. Because people overpromise and they are not delivered. So no one likes their money going somewhere where they don't want it to go. If they're like not happy, it sucks, man. Like no matter how rich someone is. Of course, like I'm not gonna like, bro, this has legitimately happened. What we do a lot of the times, we have like a $1 paywall. Like if someone wants to start a trial, like a lot of times, like people were abusing free trials of a platform as well. Even if we ask them to add a credit card. So we added like a $1 payment so that people pay $1 and only then they can start a trial. And there was some like idiot from I think Japan or like Hong Kong, like yeah, probably Hong Kong. Like the letters look like Chinese characters, not Japanese. Like when you raise a dispute in Warp, you have to like write why you're raising the dispute, right? So he wrote something probably in like Chinese. I think he was from Hong Kong. He disputed a $1 payment. So some people are literally willing to go like far and beyond just to dispute a payment. Point I'm trying to make. People don't like the money going somewhere where they don't want it to go. And they're like crazy, emotional. Even if they're rich, bro. Like you look at everyone says like I don't have a political opinion. Like I don't hate Trump. But a lot of people say like, oh, Trump is like a toddler. He's an 80-year-old man, he acts like a toddler. That's what a lot of people say, man. And I just realized like everyone who you look at online and you're like, oh, this guy has a shit figured out. Celebrities, whatever. Bro, they don't have the shit figured out. Like, I'm not like friends with Donald Trump or something, but I know a lot of famous people. Like, a lot of my friends were famous. My mom came from the content creation world. She was a content creator. So I know this industry well. And they appear like so glamorous, so perfect on Instagram. And when I meet them in real life, they're like normal humans. They take a shit in the morning, they have problems going on in their lives. And at the end of the day, we're all human. And humans are flawed creatures. So they go crazy. They go emotional. No matter how rich they are. Remove them from a pedestal. Oh, my customers are rich. They won't do this shit. Just give them the refund. You might think you're losing money right now over here. Trust me, you'll make so much more if you do this than by you. Just not giving them the refund. Again, if they're abusing it, do not give it. If your margins are super low, if you cannot do it, if that means like life or death to you, of course, like maybe it sounds unethical, bro. You have to do what you have to do. Like, if you're going homeless, if you're dying on a bridge, I won't judge you, man. Like, I'm no one to judge. I respect you. You're just trying to, like, put food on the table for yourself. Customers, like, the thing, like, you might be wondering, like, what if I don't want to give a refund? The thing is, like, especially if your customers are usually Americans, which is the case with me, your customers are going to win disputes very easily. Like, they can just dispute a card transaction. And there's not much you can do. Like one small thing, if they dispute the card transaction as fraudulent, you can enable something called 3DS, like a verification. Basically, they have to enter like a one-time password whenever they authenticate a card transaction. So when you have that on, they literally have to enter an OTP. So then they cannot say to the bank like, oh, this was fraudulent. So that's like a quick tip. You can do this in any payment processor like Stripe, Warp. I don't know about PayPal. Like these are the two popular ones, fan bases as well. So yeah, just turn that on. That might help you, but they can just say like, oh, goods did not, like the goods which they paid for were not delivered and shit. And it's very easy to raise a dispute, especially in the US. Even outside the US, it's pretty easy to raise a dispute. It's not that hard. And if someone raises a dispute, they're winning most of the times. Like that's just how it is. Even if you produce like the perfect evidence. Like to be honest, I've never won a dispute despite me producing every form of evidence. Of course, if a dispute is valid, I just accept it. But the ones which I've disputed, which are legitimate, I personally never won it. Like there are things you can do, like have a proper refund policy, all that shit on your website, whatever. I don't do that. I'm too lazy. I'm like, yo, just take your fucking money and fuck off. Like I just put my time to much better users, but they're gonna win chargeback anyways. Even if you're legit, even if you delivered. So if the person is an asshole and he's like, yo, I really need the the refund. If you're not gonna give me, I'm gonna dispute. He's probably gonna get it. So just do it. It just it just ruins your reputation. If the customer is being a dick to you, maybe like just don't do it and ask them to raise a dispute. And I think you have like 60 days or something to answer a dispute. What I'll do is wait like 59 days and only then accept it because I want to make them wait for the money if they're being like a dickhead and they're being like disrespectful towards me or something. So yeah, this is phase one. You just like accept the dispute. If they're being a dick, you can decide what you want to do. I usually like if the person is respectful, if they're not a complete dickhead, I just accept it. Like I just give them the refund. Not that hard. Because most of the things which I sell, they have like pretty high margins. And you're selling like services and shit, probably your software. Online business, you have like margins are like pretty high on average. So just give the refund, man. It's worth it. Trust me. Now, this might sound a bit unethical, the second phase of this process. But man, that's the thing, right? Like, game is game. If you want the source, like if you think it's unethical, don't fucking do it. I'm just laying out the source. I'm just giving out the information. You can decide what the hell you want to do with this. So I learned this shit when I was once with a girl from Bhutan. Like, it's so fucking rare. That's such like a tiny country. So I was really amazed when she said, "Oh, I'm from Bhutan," and I was not in Bhutan at that time. Like I was in a Southeast Asian country, and I met this girl in the club, and she was Bhutanese, and I was like, "Yo, holy shit, man!" Like I didn't know you guys were even a part of this world. Like it's just a small country. Like meeting someone from Bhutan outside Bhutan is fucking crazy. And she was hating this like American expat who used to like live and work there. I think he was like a remote worker, so he has been living there for like a couple of months, and she was like cheating on him. Yeah, like to put it out bluntly, to put it out simply, she was just cheating on him. And I don't know how this works because I don't use Snapchat, but probably like Snapchat has some feature where people can see your location. And I think even Instagram came up with this recently where people can see your location. So that guy like tracked her somehow, maybe using Snapchat maps or something. He had a location with him and he like tracked her and he came in there and I literally witnessed a masterclass in gaslighting. Like that girl was in the wrong. She was in a relationship. She was flirting with me, dancing with me, grinding on me and shit. And I just saw that girl. She was the fucking master, man. She gaslighted him, manipulated him. By the end, he was literally giving me a fist bump, and I was like, "Yo, cool. I don't want to fight with you over a girl, man. Like there are like 20 other girls over here. Like I don't want to fight you." And he was like, "Cool." Anyways, the girl was like, oh, like just to put it out simply, I don't want to like have a massive 20-minute, 15-minute fight. Like I don't want to go word by word. But to put it out simply, she made him feel that yo, you're so controlling, and that's the reason I cheated. You're so controlling. You're telling me you cannot go out, you cannot do this thing, you cannot speak to that guy, you cannot go to that club, and that's the exact reason why I'm here. If you were not controlling, I would not be doing this. So the problem is you. You made me feel like shit, but it made me feel like cheating on you. You were a piece of shit. You acted like an idiot, which is why I'm cheating on you. It's not my fault I'm cheating on you. It's your fault. That's literally what the girl did. And I was fucking amazed. I'm like, bro, what? She's actually crazy. And I was genuinely amazed and surprised at that time. So she just made him feel small for confronting her shitty actions. And again, might sound unethical. You do the same thing with your customers. So you stroke the ego first by saying great shit about them. And in case you're wondering how can I do this, like just Google it, man. Like everyone has an ego. I love to say shit. Like you can just find like everyone has an ego. Everyone loves to say cool shit about them. You're dealing with people probably in the B2B space, so they have LinkedIn. Just LinkedIn their profile. Like search their profile on LinkedIn. And just find shit. What they're saying about themselves. So I say it with pride, man. Like I was 17 years old and I got like a sale for like $15 or something like that. And I had like massive balls. I told my mom, yo, I'm not gonna go to university. I'm gonna make this online business thing work. Like I have an ego. And that's why I share these stories. Everyone does. So just find something and like, say great shit about them first. That strokes the ego. And now they stand on like a moral high ground. They love that shit. And then you use that to say something along the lines of, man, we get it. We messed it up. But honestly, this sort of behavior from you wasn't expected because of XYZ great attribute you have. So imagine like how you could use this against me. Like, don't fucking do the shit on me. But let's say someone had to do it. It was like, let's say there's a content agency, they reached out to me and they were like, yo, I'm gonna get you like 0 to 100,000 followers in like 3 months or some shit. And I'm like, yo, it's been 3 months, I've been paying you $5,000 a month for the last 3 months. Nothing has happened. I'm at like 700 subscribers or followers, whatever. They're like, yo, man, we get it. We kind of messed up over here. But you know, for a very well certainty, there are no guarantees in life. You yourself said in your story that you took the risk. You took a leap of faith. And you knew it could fail. You're into online business, bro. You know this thing, it's like risky. If you wanted to go the safe route, you would just be working a job, right? So, you understand the nature of business. You understand how these things work. They have some risk. They take some time to work. It's not guaranteed in 90 days you're going to be rich. You said it yourself. There are like your own words, right? And you're getting mad at us for something you understand completely is normal. You said it in your own words. There's a risk in everything in life. It's not even guaranteed how long we're going to live. God does not give guarantees, and you want a guarantee from us. Man, honestly, I get it. We messed up, but I didn't expect it from you, because I thought you're like not this type of a person. That's why we reached out to you in the first place. You say something along like the lines of this. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to make the person feel you have an ulterior motive. So now, if someone just says it to me, and I can say like they're trying to like avoid the refund, I'll be like, yo, this person is a dickhead. He's just trying to get his money. Like he's trying to not give me a refund. He has an ulterior motive. So what you do, because you've already given the money back to him, his guards are going to be lower. He's like, yo, I don't owe this guy any money. He does not have my money. So why the fuck is he doing this shit? And then you immediately say, anyways, man, like have a good one. You make it feel like you're going away. You're like parting ways. So the person is like, yo, this guy does not have any ulterior motives over here. That's it. That's the source. So this is exactly what I said. I'm like, yo, like he has right. Like, where's the thing where it says like you have to cancel your orders and warp? It's in the mid warp checkout. Anyways, leave it. I said like, yo, you also own a SaaS mate. So I know he owns like a software as a service. I'm sure you also get customers who sometimes have an issue. So he was going in like the public chats and saying like, yo, all like he just said some bullshit. I think. I said publicly saying it in chats helps no one. And he understood that because he had a software, it's true. Like every software in this world, they have some issue. Like Google released a new anti-gravity, like AI coding tool, and had some problems. Like people were just spamming the Twitter thread, like the Twitter announcement, that yo, this shit is not working. You're fucking terrible. Every software has problems. And imagine, like Google shitting on my software publicly, saying yo, this has a bug. I can be like, yo, you guys have a software yourself, right? And you had this exact problem. See what people were saying. You think like doing this shit is gonna fix anything? Have you never experienced it? Have you never had any problems? And yeah, I just said like, have a blessed one. He was like, yo, you too, man. I get it. No worries. Wish you nothing but the absolute best. This is not my main app. I used to look up to you initially when I got into SaaS. So I was honestly shocked seeing this behavior from you. Again, you stroke the ego. I used to look up to, and all of this is true, by the way. Like I do not think I don't sit there like a psychopath thinking what exact thing should I be saying after this exact line? What psychological principle should I be using? Just read psychology, get yourself into situations, understand human nature, and it's going to come to you naturally. So I was just like looking at this entire thread because how I won him back as a customer. I just analyze these things and broke it down into principles so that you can apply it. But at the same time, to be honest, like I'm not thinking of it like a psychopath. And I was like, yo, I was honestly shocked to see this behavior from you. Not gonna lie. And he was like, yo, I was just thinking it's a scam because I wasn't being replied to. Again, totally fair. I'm not saying like he's a wrong person for doing this. Like I probably would have done the same thing. It's just like miscommunication. This is not something which I was working on actively. And yeah, that's the only reason it happened. Most humans do have a moral compass and care about their reputation. So when you say something like you're great, but you're doing these things which do not align with the way I perceive you. I perceive you as great, but you're doing an action of a person who's pretty down low here. Doesn't make sense. So they do have a moral compass. Most human beings. They do want to appear righteous. They want to appear on like a moral high ground that they're better than other people. They want to like, what do you call it? Like virtue signal, basically. And they will, to some extent, try to fix their reputation. So their reputation, like you said, I look at you like this person, you're here, so there's this gap. They will try to justify their actions by being like, yo, I'm sorry, I did not intend to do this, there was XYZ problem. And they're going to offer solutions on their own so that you start seeing them as this person again. This person who's righteous, who's great. Because right now you were like, yo, I thought you were this great person, but you're this piece of shit. And no one wants to think people look at them like a piece of shit. For no reason. Like, bro, we walk on the street. The people who we see around us, they're not paying our fucking bills. If we die, they're not going to come on a funeral. And yet we care what they're going to think of us, right? We get like, oh my god, oh, am I looking fat in this t-shirt? Are my biceps looking big enough? We care about what people think of us, even though they matter like not at all. They're not paying our bills. Then, like, we think what a random girl is gonna think about us. In a club, we've never even spoken to them. She's not your girlfriend. You've not even spoken to her ever. She's probably leaving tomorrow, going back to her country. And I'm thinking like, oh my god, what's she thinking of me? Bro, she does not even speak your language. She's from Brazil. She speaks Portuguese, you speak English, man. And we think so much. So people care about their reputation. They have a moral compass. They will offer solutions on their own if you do this thing properly. You might have to watch this video again, like take the transcript of this video, give it to ChatGPT or Claude, whatever, and ask it like, yo, this is the situation. How can I apply the principles of this video? I promise it's going to be worth it. And then this guy texted. I was like, yo, I didn't expect this from you. Then he was like, yo, I'm down to pay for the tool if I can get it working. I was like, yo, what didn't work though? Like, we use it internally and it seems to be working fine for us. I had a problem which I emailed about which I couldn't figure out. I mean, it scrapes, reads, and text. Let me copy what error I got. So if you do this thing, like you just say like, yo, you were great, I thought you were great, but you're doing this shitty thing which makes me think you're like a piece of shit, and have a blessed day. Most people will be like not most people, but some people will be like, okay, cool, have a blessed day, you too. But there will be some people who are righteous, who are the good people, and they're going to be like, yo, I want to fix it. I want to figure out a solution so that you're happy and I am happy as well. Because right now only I got they think that they got the bigger end of the deal, the better end of the deal. And people don't like to feel that. They kind of feel like indebted towards you, which is not a good feeling to have. Like even if someone pays for like a bottle of water for you, like a stranger, I just feel bad. And I want to buy him like 2 bottles because it just sucks to feel like, oh, I owe this person something. You won't win everyone back, but I'd say like at least 70% of the people, if you're decent at fulfillment and you have good customers, you're going to win them back. 70% of the people you try this on, they will offer a solution to work with you and pay you again, provided you're decent at fulfillment. If you were like absolutely shit, if nothing worked, it won't like work at all. If you have an email finding tool and someone validated an email list and they got like a 50% bounce rate, of course it won't work. But if you were like decent, they got a 5% bounce rate and you were like, yo, see, over the last week there were XYZ issues, we've now fixed them, now you're going to get it under 1% bounce rate. Of course it's going to work. So if you're like kind of decent at fulfillment and you have good customers, you're dealing with good quality people, I think like at least 70% of them will offer a solution like, yo, this is how we can fix it. And that makes the end of the second phase, where you basically gaslight the customers exactly the way the girl gaslighted her boyfriend when he saw her dancing with me. Now you have to figure out what went wrong. Like, why exactly did the guy want a refund? Of course, I'm assuming he's not a complete dickhead and he's not abusing you. I already told you, like, do not entertain that shit. Assuming he's like a decent person and he genuinely wanted to have his problem fixed, you have to figure out what went wrong. And you just go above and beyond and fix it for free. Yes, you fix it for free. Just trust me on this. Like, I figured out, like, you could be like, yo, I'm going to fix this shit for you again. I've given you the money back. You can give me the money back again. But trust me, just fix it for free. If they offer a solution, if they're showing interest in working with you again. Because if they paid you money, bro, they have the budget. They already, like, in some way, like, they're comfortable with it, you know. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Let's say you have an ex-girlfriend and you absolutely, like, hate each other. Like, she literally hates you. She found you cheating on her or some shit. Like, she just hates you for some reason. Absolutely hates you. You had sex with her before. Having sex with her is going to be easier, even if she hates you, compared to having sex with like a stranger you met like 5 minutes ago. Even though you might have like a good reputation in front of the stranger. Like, she might be laughing whatever at your jokes. Even though your ex fucking hates you with every atom of existence. You both very well know having sex with her is going to be easier. Simply due to the fact like she has done it with you before. So there's like this weird thing. If someone has paid you before, getting them to pay you again, even if they've had like a bad experience, it's much easier than having a stranger, a customer, pay you in the first place. So I hope that example was good enough to illustrate this. That's why you fix it for free, because they've already paid you. They're not like a tire kicker, they've already paid you. If they were a tire kicker, they won't be paying you in the first place. So I just like fixed the issue which he had. He was like, yo, I'm unable to scrape leads. I said 2,000 members have been scraped so far. Sent him the screenshot of me on his exact account showing that the leads are being scraped. And I said, yo, I'll send you when all of the leads have been scraped. Maybe you did some shit wrong. I'll film a tutorial again and send it so it does not happen. And he's like, yo, that's weird. Let me film a loom of me doing it when I try it again, whatever. Then I just sent like the leads and I said, see, all leads have been scraped. Here is the CSV file. For reference, I sent the exact CSV file and he was like, yo, thanks, man. So you need to understand the customer clearly isn't an asshole because number one, he has paid you, and number two, he offered to fix the problem on his own. He offered to figure out a solution where you're happy as well on his own. So the customer again at this point is clearly not an asshole. And he will pay you if you fix what he wants fixed. He paid you at some point, which means he had a problem that bothered him. Like if the person did not have a problem, he would have never paid you in the first place. So he paid you, which means he needs his problem fixed. He paid you to fix it, but you could not deliver it. And that's why he asked for a refund. He had a problem, he wanted it fixed, he paid you. You could not deliver it. You could not fix the problem. That's why he wanted the money back. The problem which he has, if he paid you in the first place, that means it was kind of painful for him. He really wanted to solve it. Now he has the problem which needs fixing again. And most people don't honestly pay you again instead of find a new vendor and risk being born. Like, I don't want to take like dating examples way too many times. Like, what do I say? Like, there's a psychological principle, right? Like, I'm not remembering the name. It's something called like sunk cost fallacy, where it's like if there's a project and you've invested like a lot of things into it, a lot of time, effort, resources, even if it's not working well, you don't want to like abandon it immediately. You don't want to go out looking for a new project because you know you have already put in work into this, and if you go find something new, it's going to take more work. So how many people you know in like abusive relationships and relationships which are not idle? They just don't leave because they're like, yo, this might be shit, but I've spent like 3 years with this fucking person. And I don't want to go out into the dating market again and explore and just like ask a bitch what her favorite fucking color is, which I genuinely just don't care about. You know it. So most people would just like rather stay. I'm not saying that's the good thing to do, but that's human nature. Like he would rather, like he has a risk or spending money on a new vendor which he does not know, so he's going to waste time. He has to put in effort to find that vendor, and then he has the risk of paying him and not getting what he paid for once more. And at the same time, you gave him the refund, the other vendor might not give him a refund. So you kind of see, right, how everything comes full circle. You're seeing it, right? So he would much rather just have you fix it. He would much rather just pay you again instead of finding like a new vendor and risk being burnt again. Once you show your competence, over deliver, the person feels indebted in a weird way because you've given his money back and fixed his shit for free. So over here, this is the place where you over deliver. You do like a lot of things which you do not scale. You do one-on-one work. You don't ask your team to fix it. You fix it yourself. And you over deliver. Now the person is indebted. He's like, yo, this guy gave me my fucking money back. He went above and beyond to fix my problem. So they feel like they owe you something. They'll not only pay you, but they'll refer you to other people as well due to the law of reciprocity. So if it was a normal transaction, they will pay you and you would fix the problem. But because you're fixing the problem without them paying you and you're going above and beyond, they have a lot of things which they owe you. They do feel it internally. It's a law, it's a psychological phenomena called the law of human, like the law of reciprocity. Which means like, yo, if my neighbor gives me a dish like a food dish which he has made, and they give it to me, I'm not going to be an asshole who just like returns the empty vessel to them. I don't know about your culture, but at least in my culture, we don't do that. What I'm going to do is, because they've done so many nice things for me, I'm going to cook them a meal myself, probably more than what they gave me, probably like 2 dishes maybe, and that's how we're going to return the empty vessels over to them. So, yeah, that's the law of reciprocity. They feel indebted towards you, they feel like they owe you something, and they won't even, like, they just won't pay you. They will pay you, of course. They paid you before when you fucked up. Now that you've not fucked up, of course they're gonna pay you. But at the same time, they're also gonna refer people to you. Because that's the easiest way a business owner can show goodwill towards you. It does not cost them anything extra. They just have some friends who need solutions. So they build like goodwill with their friend. And at the same time, like they build goodwill with you because they're doing something nice here. They're getting you new customers. And by this point, they feel like they owe you a favor. And the natural thing for a business owner to return the favor is to refer people who need shit. And I think I added a screenshot as well, but I'm not able to find it. So maybe I'll just pause the video and open it up on Warp. Yeah, you can see like I just loaded up the exact chat. So he was like, yo, is it cool if I start the 7-day trial again? Wasn't able to test it that time. I was like, yeah, just use a new email. Okay, cool. Won't be able to create a new trial with this email. If I can get this working, I'll post this to my newsletter. You have an affiliate program. Weird now it works. I did it in incognito. Thanks. We'll test it out. What do you recommend? The daily DMs to be safe. So as you can see, like they will refer customers to you as well. If you just get this right, I was not able to add this screenshot onto this Twitter thread. And again, game is game. This is the natural thing that they're going to do. This might be a bit unethical where you're gaslighting people, but again, you're not doing anything wrong. It's your fucking choice, bro. If you don't want to do this, if you're a fucking, like, if you're retarded or if you're like very righteous, you have like a virtue signaling problem, you wanna be like perfect, you wanna like have a post on LinkedIn how I'm like a dangerous influence because I'm saying shit like this. Fuck off, bro. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. I just laid out everything which I do. If you want to copy it, all good, man. You make more money. Your customers are happy because they're getting their problems their problems solved. And only like the LinkedIn idiots who threaten to sue you over a cold email are going to care about this. The only people who watch this video and they're like, oh my god, it's unethical, are the ones who are like, oh, I'm going to sue you because you sent me a fucking cold email, bro. I spam the entire EU region with cold emails. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Like, I'm not getting arrested over a cold email. I don't care what your fucking laws are in Denmark, bro. I don't care. Anyway, so that's it. Game is game. Do whatever you want with this information. Lot of cool shit in the description. If you have any questions, just ask me. Bye. Take care.